When I got on this plane, I was stuck on that plane for 16 hours straight. And that right there, I needed to know all about this plane and how comfortable I was going to be for 16 hours. If you're watching this video, that means you didn't book the flight with EVA Air, you're thinking about booking a flight with EVA Air, and you can't find no information. That's exactly how I was. That's why I'm making this video. I'm going to tell you about my whole experience, from booking to boarding to flights to meals, all of it. And I'm going to tell you how I got upgraded without paying full price. So stay tuned. If you know anything about me, I might tell you a joke, but I'm not gonna tell you a lie. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. It was not what I expected. Let's start with the booking. I actually found my flight on like a third-party site, but I ended up going to EVA Air to book it because this was too much to be risking with a third-party booking. Right off the bat, the website was cool. Like, I noticed that the app does crash, but if you go on a website, it actually does better. The app is kind of very generic. It's not, I feel like the app is not as up to date as it should be. So using a website is much better. You're gonna see options for economy, premium economy, and business class. And one thing that I did notice about it, between economy and premium economy, it was a big difference and a big price. I just wasn't willing to pay that big of a price. It was almost double the price to upgrade to premium economy to be more comfortable for a 16-hour flight. I was this close to doing it though. I said, no, don't do it. So I booked economy and I just prayed, you can bid for your upgrade. And then it happened. I got this email that said, you are invited to an upgrade with EVA bid deal. Boom. I said, yes, let's do it. So, you know, I pressed yes, I want to upgrade. And then it told me these rules right here. When I scroll down, it showed me the rules. The first thing you have to do is bid. This little meter that's there, it tells you if your bid is good or if your bid is bad. Just telling you, of course, the higher you bid, the more likely you are to get the spot. And then you submit your bid. So once you submit your bid, you have to put your credit card number in. They don't charge you until your bid is actually approved. And once they charge your card, there's no going back. However, you can modify or change your bid up to 50 minutes before your flight. For my bid, I placed a bid and they let me know 3 days ahead of time that my bid was approved and that I was upgraded. So I was excited for 3 days. And I got to choose my seat once I was upgraded. Now my luggage and everything has stayed the same. One thing about EVA Airline, it is part of the Star Alliance group. And I am a Star Alliance member. I am a gold member with Star Alliance. So I was able to use all my benefits on that flight as well. So I didn't have to pay for bags. And I also was able to access the lounges in the different airports that we landed in. All right, so if your bid has been approved, they're gonna send you this email that says, congratulations, your bid is approved, and then you can get excited and start packing. Now, if they send you the email and you miss the email, they're gonna send you maybe about 3 more. Hey, don't forget, you can bid. So for my bid, I bid $502. I don't know why I did the extra $2, but I did. $502 and my bid was approved. But on my return flight, I bid $350. And it wasn't approved. So you really never know. It's all a gamble. Bid acceptance is also based on how full the flight is, how much other people bid. So if you can afford to bid high, because it's still cheaper than paying full price to upgrade. I'm gonna tell you right now, I rode in premium economy going, and then I rode economy coming back. And the difference is something. Let's talk about boarding. Okay, so our flight was at 1 in the morning. I flew out from Houston Bush Intercontinental Airport. We got to the airport at 11 p.m. to check in our bags. And let me tell you, the attendants at the Bush Airport, they take checking in and weighing bags very seriously. So you can take 1 carry-on and 1 personal item, but they are weighed. So I think the personal item can be more than 7 kilograms and a carry-on can be more than like 14 kilograms. Y'all, I am not used to that. So all my stuff had to be changed, had to be moved, had to be rearranged. One of the other ladies saw that I was struggling, trying to put stuff in my family suitcase, I'm like, I need my stuff with me, right? Like I'm that type of person where I do a lot of content. So I have a lot of content stuff. And also I have a lot of stuff that I just need with me. One of the ladies saw me struggling. She was like, baby, come here. She ignored the weight for me. She's like, oh, it was just a little bit over. But the other lady was like insisting on making me go right at 7 kilograms. I went to the other lady and she let me through. Thank you, other lady, because your girl was struggling bad. And I noticed that all the other airports we went to, even when we were coming back, no one cared. Once we got our bags checked in, we went to the gate. I was able to go into the lounge because I was at my local airport. It was the EVA Air lounge, but it was like a Star Alliance lounge. Went in the lounge, grabbed some snacks. They were open at midnight. If you're flying out of Bush Intercontinental Airport and you have a 1 a.m. flight with EVA Air, and you have lounge access, the lounge is open at midnight, and your girl got some snacks at the lounge to take on a plane. I'm glad I did. Let's talk about boarding. Y'all, I'm used to flying American, Delta, United. I'm a big United girl, mostly Delta, American. I flew all these little airlines, Frontier, Spirit, all of them. And let me tell you, EVA Air had the most organized system that I've seen. Or maybe it was the people that was just like falling in line. But everything seemed so organized at that gate. And I was like, okay, this is nice. Okay, this is organized. The gate attendants out there just like standing, looking all professional. It was a great experience at the start. The main difference I noticed between premium economy and economy, of course, is the leg room. I am 5'9", okay? My knees hits the back of people's seat. In premium economy, I had so much room. Y'all, you get to lay all the way back almost. It's not a bed, but you get to lay all the way back. You have a little incline. You have a little foot thing right there that's like you could put your foot on. You get slippers, headphones, a nice blanket, like a nice thick blanket. You got the big screen in front of you to watch the TV. You get headphones, of course. I think premium economy is the way to go. I really do. I can't say no. This plane was pretty big. So there's the front section. I don't know what that's called. That's like, I don't know. But then when you walk in, there's another section that looks like first class. It's got the beds that you lay down in. But then you have a section behind that. That's where I was. That's where I was, at the section behind the section behind the section. But I was still comfortable. So it's cool. Nobody was sitting next to me. So I had like a whole section to myself. And I was so comfortable. I loved it. Let's talk about the food, y'all. Mind you, our flight is at 1 a.m. So we're boarding at midnight, 12:30. By the time we take off, it's about 1:30 in the morning. Our first meal, this lady asked if we want beef or duck.
Do you care for the duck with rice or beef with potatoes?
Say it again.
Duck with rice or beef with potatoes?
You saying duck?
Yes.
Beef. Now, I already know they trying to get you used to whatever time zone you're going to, but the way my stomach was set up, we're not eating no duck. We barely gonna eat some beef at 1 in the morning. But I had to eat something because I already know that's the routine. She caught me off guard because they served food like soon as we took off. Before we could even go to sleep. Like unbuckle your seatbelts, they went and grab food. Boom, we got food coming. Whew, okay, cool, let's eat. Because I was about to go to sleep. My little flight attendant lady was so cute. I loved her personality. We didn't talk much, but it felt like we did. It felt like we understood each other. So food-wise, that was my first meal. Then the second meal was in the morning. It was breakfast. So I had like an omelet with spinach in it, a sausage, bread, I think. The taste of both meals, it was airplane food. I mean, it is what it is. It's something you can eat. And it's not disgusting. So it was something that I could eat, and I didn't feel hungry afterwards. So there you go. I'm not gonna be too picky because it's airplane food. Now, some of the stuff I just couldn't eat because it was just too different for me. Really think we had 3 meals, but I feel like I slept through one of them. So I missed it. And when I woke up, I was like, hey, I slept through my meal. Can I have something to eat? And so that's when they gave me this pesto chicken wrap, nice melted mozzarella cheese. And baby, I could have ate 4 of those. They was so good. I could have ate that other than that other stuff. Like, just keep bringing me the chicken pesto. How about that? But it was the last thing we ate, and I didn't know that was an option. But had I known that I could have had a chicken pesto wrap, that would have been my meal the whole time. During my premium economy stay, I went to the back of the plane where my sister was staying. I went all the way to the back, and look at all the sections that I'm passing as I'm going back. Now, remember, I already told y'all, when you walk into the plane, there's a section this way where you cannot go to if you don't have the right ticket. Then there's a section here that looks like first class where you lay down, and then I'm behind that section. Now, this is me walking to where my family is in the back of the plane. Now, this is how big this plane is, okay? And that's how far her seat reclines. So that wasn't enough for me. She fixed it to where she had the row to herself, so it was comfortable for her. And when I say she fixed it, I'm gonna just tell y'all right now, what she did was, when it was time to board, she asked the flight attendant, is there a row where no one's sitting? Or is there a row where there's only one person sitting so I can sit there? And that's what she did, and the flight attendant changed it. Let's talk about the bathroom, because you would think that the bathroom was nicer than it was, but it was really a basic bathroom. It was really, the only difference was it had a full length mirror, like a full body mirror for you to look at yourself. But other than that, it was just a basic bathroom like a regular airplane. Wasn't big, wasn't fancy. Let's talk about the Hello Kitty plane, just in case y'all get the Hello Kitty plane in one of your segments, because I flew on the Hello Kitty plane on the way back. They do not tell you ahead of time that it's a Hello Kitty plane. You just look out the window and say, oh, it's a Hello Kitty plane. And then you get excited, okay? Because you're going to see Hello Kitty everywhere. I'm not a big Hello Kitty fan, but just the mood kind of feels good, okay? So for my Hello Kitty flight, y'all, I did not upgrade. I did not request the upgrade because it was just a 5-hour flight. And I think that's why the price was double, because you have to do a whole upgrade. You can't just upgrade one segment. You have to do like a whole upgrade for all the systems. We set in economy for the Hello Kitty plane, and they had a pillow. It was not Hello Kitty. It was a blanket. It was not Hello Kitty. And then it had this like headrest bib that was Hello Kitty. So it didn't look real Hello Kitty on the inside as it did on the outside. They only served one meal on this flight, and y'all, I couldn't eat it. I couldn't eat it, but I did eat the popsicle. I ate the popsicle, and that was good. They had like some cute little Hello Kitty snack, and they also had like a Hello Kitty cup and some little Hello Kitty utensils for the food, which I think was really cute. It was a real good plus for it. Let's talk about the movies that's available during your flight. I don't know nothing about them. And if I'm on a plane, I want to go to sleep. So if I wasn't up eating, I was sleeping. I had some moments where I needed to stand up, so I did get up and go stretch. I went to the restroom. If I was up, I was eating. Let's talk about my flight from Bali to Taiwan, which was a 23-hour layover. So we had to spend the night, and then we got on another plane to get back, which was 5 or 6 hours. Bonus information. So if you have a long layover in Taiwan, Taipei, we had a 23-hour layover in Taiwan. I let one of my family members choose the hotel and choose the spot we stayed. And y'all, why they picked us Motel 6? Everything else is written in Taiwanese except Motel 6. You can see that this is a Motel 6. I put my experience in a short down below, so go check it out because it was quite the experience, okay? We stayed at the Motel 6. It was actually not bad, as you would think, but it was still a Motel 6, like you think a Motel 6 is. Had breakfast at the hotel. So by this time we had ate a lot of Balinese food, a lot of other things, and we just wanted something regular. So we left the hotel. We just did an Uber. In Taiwan, you can just use the actual Uber app. You can Uber a car. We Ubered a car into the city, and we had our luggage. We had everything with us, and we just in the city. So for your luggage, when you land in Taiwan, you can leave. If you have a check bag, they will keep the check bag, but you can take your carry-on and your personal item with you. So I didn't have to have my big old bag. I just had my carry-on and my personal item. We got the Uber. We went into the city. We went to Chili's. We saw Chili's and was so excited to see Chili's, y'all. I don't even eat Chili's here in Houston, but I was so excited to see just an American restaurant. That's where we went, okay? And let me just say that it did not taste good, but there you have it. But we went, we ate, what it is. We was all ready to go. So anyway, we explored the city. We walked around. We looked at the sights. We looked at the little rainbow street. We took pictures. We went in stores. We got souvenirs. We just walked around and enjoyed the sights of Taiwan, Taipei, until it was time for us to go to the airport, which we booked the Uber. The Uber had to pick us up in the street. The Uber found us after a long, it was a lot. But anyway, the Uber found us. We got in the Uber, went to the airport, and got on a plane. Had a great time in Taiwan, Taipei, but we were ready to go home at this point. So if you're going to Taiwan, Taipei, and you can afford to stay closer to the city area, go ahead and do that, okay? You'll see what the city, like the city center, stay close to the Wanhu district in Xiamen, because that's where we did most of our hanging out, and that's where we were most of the time. So if you don't want to have to Uber somewhere and Uber back, just stay in that area. That's where all the things are, okay? Souvenir shops, all the things. I really hope that this answered all your questions about EVA Air, because these are the answers I was looking for when I was doing my research. So if I left something out or I forgot to say something, go ahead and drop me a comment. I'm gonna try my best to answer it as soon as I can. If you like travel vlogs, real reviews, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate you guys staying and watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.